Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Cloudy. You know, the more I play Sword and Shield, the more I appreciate the Pokemon that don't really do anything. They're not part of big boss battles, they don't have crazy stats, you cannot catch them or fight them or anything. The game doesn't even really treat them like something important, they are just there, like sitting on benches, hanging out in shops, staring at the sea and living their own lives. And I kind of love that. These NPC Pokemon make Galar feel like an actual place and not just a series of routes and gyms. When you walk through a town and see Pokemon just existing, it feels less like a video game and more like the real world, where Pokemon and people are just sharing the same space. So for today's video, I'm gonna show you some of my favorite little guys who just live in the background and make the world feel a bit cozier. So grab something to drink, get comfy, and let's go say hi to them. To start things up, this is Mom's Munchlax, and it's such a good and hippie boy. Just look at him. So this guy is actually the first NPC Pokemon in the game, the first one that we can meet. And after that, we've got this Beauteous, hanging outside, welcoming you to Galar. Also some of the first are the Wooloos outside, running around, the Butterfrees, and I especially like the spinning one. I don't know why, but I find it so cute. There are so many Wooloos in this game actually. Motostoke is the first big city that we find in Galar. And one of the small little details that I actually love a lot is the Stiny drinking water. There are a couple of these stations around the game with different sizes for them to drink water, like for humans and like kids and baby Pokemon. And the Stiny just going churu churu is so adorable. I also love this little Timple that is in his pool, enjoying it, doesn't want to go home, jumps around and all that. I usually find it weird that water types float around, but like this is a very creative use of the small pool and like makes it seem way more real. And in the upper part, you can find Wyndon playing hopscotch or avioncito, and I think it's adorable. Like, he's just jumping around, you know? 10 out of 10. Galar is the best. If you go into Hulberry's very fancy restaurant, you can find a couple of indies working in the kitchen and also as hosts. And I think they are adorable. I love when Pokemon are like hanging out in places where other people work and like helping out, at least giving emotional support. My day would be so much better if I had one of those. Inside one of the houses you can find this Swirlix that is babysitting a couple of twins, and I find it really cute. Like I can totally picture this happening if Pokemon were real, you know? I also love this Wooper trio that is in another of the random houses. And they are used to explain the difference between the female and male Pokemon forms. And I mean, you can tell the odd one out, right? I also love the Maximizers. This is a band of Pokemon that play at the ending of the game, and if you interact with them, you can actually watch the end credit scene. And it's a really long one, so yeah, we're not watching it, but they are just so cool together. Believe it or not, there is only one single closed shop with an NPC Pokemon, and it's in Hammerlock. This is a Kirlia, and supposedly the woman looks good in anything, so Kirlia picks clothes, and I just think about personal shopper Kirlia, and it's adorable. Inside the Pokemon Cafe, you can find this Wolfed, and I find him hilarious. His trainer has the same clothes size that he has, and they're just so funny. Wolfed is such a good Pokemon, and like this guy just likes poking it and watching it bounce, and I don't know, I can picture myself doing that perfectly well. And here we have the Rockety house, and it's so cute. I can imagine like people like when they're like cat ladies, and I'm actually a cat guy myself, but like this is the Rockety version and it's adorable. Like, if I could, I would have a bunch of Rocketies in my house. It would make me extremely happy. Stoneside has a couple of my favorites also. It has a couple of Maractus that are helping to sell fruit and stuff, and they are so cute. We've also got a Bronzor that is playing as a hat, I guess. And like, I think it would be such a good Pokemon for kids, like, just taking care of them. And my favorite in this city are the Chismecito Diglets. So first we have this one, looking at the hat, Then we have these two gossiping in secret, meeting up at the back of the Pokemon Center. And finally we have these three, and I can just picture them gossiping all day long like echando el chismecito. 100%. Chismecito Diglets are the best. In Balonlea we have a bunch of Pokemon in the background. First is cute little Hatrems over the Pokemon Center. We've also had a couple Chinchaos in the background, hiding around. This Incase playing with the girl. And my favorite, Boing Morelol. I just find it super funny that they used the boing sound for it. Such a cute boing boing. Circhester has a bunch of snoms around town. You can actually find a couple of them all around. There are actually 6 of them. And I think that they add something very special to Circhester. Inside Bob Your Uncle's, you can find a Centiskorch. And I think it's super funny, like, having a Pokemon as a mascot and, like, just hanging out, welcoming the people that are going inside, you know? More for a spicy food place, like... You see this fire-type Pokemon here? You know this place is actually gonna be super spicy. I find it so funny that these Litwicks are just hanging around in this sofa and, like, floating on it because they're not actually sitting, you know? I mean, they're the perfect company for snowstorms. Keep the house warm. On the left huddle, you can find a Whimsicott that is traveling around. A traveling Whimsicott is such a cute idea. Like, he'd be the perfect partner. I love Trubbish very much. It's such a cute Pokemon. And these two are helping this guy clean up the rooms and, like, eating all the trash, and they're adorable. Such an underrated Pokemon. And also in this room we have a bunch of Pikachus and this little kid that wants to become a champion one day with a team of only Pikachus. And they are so cute, so happy, and I don't know. I totally understand why Pikachu is the mascot of the game, like, so cute. So adorable. I can't even, guys. Spikemuth has a bunch of Pokemon, like, enjoying the concert, and I find them cute and all that. But my actual favorite in the city are these Zigzagoon and this Linoon. Why? Well, I feel like they are almost a mirror of the Team Yell in this side, and I don't know, I find them cute, like, they're just hanging around, like, just the same as normal people, you know? Wyndon has a couple of Corviknight taxis outside the huddle and the stadium, and these are the only ones in the base game. I find it kind of funny because they are the main way of traveling in the game, and, like, I feel like you should see a couple more around. On the big huddle, you can find a Dorman Honedge, and I feel like it's such a funny job for a Honedge to have, like, I feel like he's more of a bouncer than a host, but, like, I don't know, it's so funny. Outside the main stadium we can find this Growlithe, and I just find it very funny that he barks. Also, I love that you can see some Wingulls flying around sometimes, like, just out of reach. Makes this place feel way more alive. I love this Hawlucha so much. He gives me very Mexican kid vibes, you know, like, he just put his mask on and he's practicing to jump around and, like, I don't know, it's super funny. He just wants to be the best luchador that ever was. And finally for Wyndon, in this random house, you can find this Pawniard and this Bonsley, and I don't know why, but this seems like the weirdest part ever. Like, I don't know why they got them together, but, like, they are just friends, you know? They are just together and, like, taking care of this old lady, and I don't know. I just don't know, there's so many questions, but I love them. And for the DLC, in the armor station you can see another couple Corviknight taxis. This is actually the only other place where you can find them. The Master Dojo Poliwrath looks so angry, but he's actually such a cool dude, like, he's just a nice guy, you know, like, smiling around. Just a very strong resting bitch face. I find it super cute that both the NPCs that help you get your Pokemon out to walk around with you are this guy and also this kid with the Eevee. It's such a simple way to let you know that they are helpful NPCs. There are a couple Pokemon in the max lair, but my favorite is the shy Sableye. Like, he's 100% hiding behind this trainer, and it's just so cute. And for the last two we're visiting, I love this feel so much. So round and so perfect. And finally, we have Chismecito Swablu, gossiping with the old ladies. Swablu is actually one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, so like, it's so cute to see them hanging around, just listening to Chismecito. Thanks for spending some time with me and these little tiny background stars. That will be all for our little NPC Pokemon appreciation tour. I know I definitely missed a couple, so if you have a favorite background Pokemon in Sword and Shield or any other Pokemon game, honestly, tell me about them in the comments. I would love to find more of this on my next playthroughs. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Comfort content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.